What's the moving on swiftly? What is the best compliments you both ever received from each other?
Because you're always complimenting me, fam. So I think when you were like, when you first approached me about us being together, you were basically saying about how, like, you know other Christian women and you've spoken to other Christian women. However, the qualities I have, you still haven't seen it in other Christian women and stuff. And I was like, one of a kind. I'm one of a kind. You know what? I was lucky, guys, when you said that, but I had to keep a straight face. So I looked away.
Oh, that's funny. I think one of the best compliments you've given me is, I'm gonna say this to the effect of, I think you were like, oh no, actually no, I'll say this one instead. So you've always said and still say that even before we became before we got together, like even when we're friends, that I've always inspired you, and I'm still inspiring you. You know, what can I say? You know, I'm just an inspiration. What was the other thing you were gonna say? It was something to the effect of good leadership or something like that. Oh, yeah, but I can't remember the words. Anyways, moving on. What should never be said out of anger and frustration? I don't think anything should be said out. Like, you can express your anger and frustration, but I'm someone that when I know that my anger is mad, that I'd rather not say something, I usually leave the conversation alone. Yeah, like, I think both of us, when we're frustrated about something, we just go more like, okay, like, we'll talk about this later when we're calm. Yeah, like, okay. And I think with me, I had to learn how to communicate that I'm not ready to talk about this. Because normally I'll just leave it. I'll just stop talking and start ignoring it. Well, like, say if we're messaging, I'll ignore the last thing you said that's upset me, and I'll respond to something else. But I've had to learn that, okay, I'll let you know that I'm a bit annoyed right now, so I'd rather not address that right now, and like in another time we'll speak about it. Favorite things about each other, we've technically done that. And our love of Kenny. How do you guys fight sexual temptation as a Christian couple? I think it doesn't work as... Keep saying you think. In my opinion, exactly. I strongly believe that it doesn't work as a Christian couple. It works as a Christian individual. So if you know that you have certain limits that Kai, if you do this, oh my Jesus, point of no return. You know what I'm saying? I think it works not just in terms of sexually, but in terms of, like, maybe you've had something that you struggled with already, maybe in terms of anger, in terms of certain type of music or whatever. Let's say you had anger issues. You shouldn't now go and start watching violent movies or listen to songs that encourage that kind of behavior. In the same way, when it comes to being in a relationship, if you know that you have certain issues when it comes to temptation or certain limits, you should make it clear that like, this right here, like, you're gonna have to relax, you're gonna have to stop. And I think with us, we're always constantly talking about it. Like, we'll always be like, okay, so this, like, are you okay with that? Like, you know, type of thing. And you might think that it makes it awkward. At first, it will be a bit awkward, so should we talk about that? But but after a while, you're just kind of like, you know what, we need to talk about this, so we'll know that we're not like crossing each other's boundaries and stuff like that. I agree with that. I think for us, the model we have in place is to talk about things, and that's really the model we'll go through, constantly talking through things through stages and making sure we're both happy with it. But there isn't a blanket formula or anything at all for everyone. What works for us may not necessarily work for you, but the most important thing is the fact that we talk about the things that, okay, cool, if for her it's a bit too much, or if for me it's a bit too much, okay, like, listen, we need to pattern here, or let's not do this, or let's start, can we do this way, or sort of thing. And I think it's really important to respect the boundaries. Definitely. If maybe you're okay with kissing, but your partner's saying that, nah, don't
don't be like, oh, actually, but to be honest, like they've said that for a reason. Respect that. You might ask like, oh, okay, can you explain further? But don't try and push them to believe that it's okay, because if they end up doing it, they know why they didn't want to do it in the first place. You might end up crossing the boundaries, or they might end up feeling so bad about themselves and all that kind of stuff, and it could just ruin the relationship a lot. So I think respecting boundaries is really important.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Next question: opinions about sex outside of marriage. I think that's as clear as day as Christians. No,
it's not an opinion thing.
It's not even an opinion. It's just no.
As a Christian, sex outside marriage is not right, but each to their own. You know what I'm saying? If I know,
if you're a Christian, no,
it's not right. Okay, but if I know someone that is a Christian and they're having sex outside of marriage,
that's a different conversation.
Yeah, like
a different conversation.
If they were to ask me, I'll be like, no, it's wrong. But I'm not gonna make them feel bad about themselves and feel like horrible people because they're doing it. It's just like how there are people that call themselves Christians and they lie all the time. There are people that call themselves Christians and they steal or whatever. Everyone's got their own thing that they're struggling with, that they're going through, and maybe there'll be a time where they become convicted and they're like, you know what, let me not do this, let me try and stop. So, but the bottom line is, as a Christian, sex outside marriage is not the one.
Right, next question. Did you guys' past relationship ever affect your relationship? I mean, relationship, I guess we were talking, obviously this question probably asks more romantically, but I guess we'll take relationship as a blanket, romantically and friendships and all relationships together. For us, for me, no. That's it really. Just there's nothing one thing that sorry to interrupt you, one thing I always say is the past is the past stays in the past. I hate when the past try to make themselves relevant in the present, and literally we're discussing this earlier. I hate when the past try to make themselves relevant. Like, bro,
no shade,
we're done, just done,
no shade.
Forget it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, forget it, like, just let it go, innit? Keep it moving, live your life. Boom. So anyways,
but like if you're in a new relationship, this is a new person, you know what I'm saying, like you give them the same respect that they deserve. You're not going to be saying that, oh, because I've been hurt in the past, like I just don't think I can trust you like that.
And if that's the case as well, if you're still healing, then don't get
into a new relationship if you feel like you can't trust anyone. Exactly. Even if that healing process will take 2 years, don't let people pressure you into a relationship in which you won't enjoy.
This is jarring, bro. Anyways, moving on. Have you guys thought about children names already? She has. 100%. I'm just saying, before we even got together.
I think
I haven't. Not like I haven't sat there and thought, what am I gonna name my kids?
But I think this is like, to be honest, I know guys that have done it as well, but I think a lot of females have. Like, actually, I remember I was talking to some of the girls from CF, and some of us already had lists of what we want to name our children.
My children's name will be given to me. Don't worry, they will give it to me.
Well, that's what we do in Silla anyways.
I'm just no. I'm saying
for your own specific.
For my own specifically ones. I'm just gonna close my eyes open. I'll just see.
Do you see it's written in the sky?
Yeah.
The clouds will spell the name.
They'll tell me. The heavens were open.
I've got 2 names that I would like to name my child.
Yeah. Anyways, next question: when is the wedding?
I don't know why you're the one moving your eyebrow. Propose has to happen first before wedding.
The wedding is the wedding.
These times, this guy's been chatting to me before we got together. This guy's been chatting to me about wedding things. You know what I'm saying?
I made my intentions clear. It was that simple.
It wasn't clear per se.
Wow.
But you were hinting.
What? Was this a joke? Someone cannot play with you.
That's what I'm saying though.
Simple joke.
There are certain jokes that you wouldn't say to just anyone from.
Right, next question. What would you do if you were to become tempted or attracted to another person? Let me get back up.
I think talking about it, to be honest, like I feel like our motto is constantly just communication. Like being open with each other helps to keep each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like when I told you about like, oh, this is, can you be serious? When I told you that, oh, like last year this and this is going on in the house, and like there is some with the it wasn't about someone but essentially something was going on in the house, and people were doing certain things that I don't necessarily approve of, and it was causing some temptation for me. But I told him about it. I was like, I'm not going to be doing it. I highly doubt that I'm going to do it. I know for a fact that I won't. However, we can't predict the future, so I'm going to tell you now so you can keep me accountable. So I feel like it's very important to talk to each other about temptation, and also if that was to ever happen, if you can, cut off ties with that person. If it's a work colleague, only speak to them when you need to speak to them. If it's about work, cool, speak about it. No need to now be talking about, because I feel like a lot of people say, oh, it's the work of Satan, it's the work of the devil,
sometimes it's you, man.
But fam, be real with yourself. Like, you know you're feeling some type of way about this person, but you're still chatting to them, saying that, oh no, it's calm, we're just friends, I'll be able to pattern it, and I'm fine, thanks. I'll be able to pattern it, no, just cut it off. Speak to your significant other about it and say that, this, that.
Honestly, I got nothing else to add. It's just as simple as that. Right. If you had superpowers, what would it be?
Go first.
Stop time.
Really? That's dead.
No, not stop time. Have power over time.
Oh, so like being able to go back in time.
Yeah, forward, pause, play, everything.
That's pretty good. Because when I was watching Misfits,
I'll write my own story, bro.
When I was watching Misfits, that power was pretty useful.
I can be anything I want.
Yeah.
Everything. I can go back in time. This is for joke, like purposes. Go back to before I was conceived, and I'll just be like, this one is sick.
Exactly.
I get born into a rich home.
Yeah, everything. My father is that good.
I'll be your Tendula sister. My brother, sorry.
If I had a power, it would probably. Well, English probably.
What's the second time now?
Probably be teleportation.
Teleport? Where do you want to go?
Yeah. So if I wanted to go on holiday, I don't have to pay for.
Yeah, but still, you're still breaching immigration.
As so?
Because your passport's not getting stamped. Yeah.
They don't know.
But if you get caught.
I would. If I get caught, I'll teleport again.
You become wanted.
They'll come and try and arrest me. I'll just teleport.
Then you'll be wanted. Their face will be around.
No, I'll tell them this is not my
face. Right. Favorite song right now. To be honest, I don't listen to music that much, so I ain't got a favorite song right now. Even when I do listen to music, it's just on shuffle, really.
Yeah.
And whoever plays, I sing with it.
Yeah.
But no.
Black, my answer is the same, but like for a different reason. Because I listen to so many different types of music. Fam, you'll find Ed Sheeran, you'd find Bollywood, you'd find Afrobeats, gospel, Fuji on my phone.
I said Fuji.
Yeah, fam. Yeah, I have so many different types of songs on my phone that I can't say this is my favorite musician. So yeah.
Well, fair enough. Next one. How did we meet and how did you end up in a relationship? Well, we're family friends, so we've always known each other. How we ended up in a relationship is a very long story.
Very, very long story.
Which we'll just make a video separately about that at some point in time.
Yeah.
As of now, we got together, innit?
Yeah, so like it's like our families are pretty close.
Yeah,
like they've been close for a long time. So we've known each other for a long time, and then we became closer friends, and then from there, here we are.
Well, next question: How do you keep your relationships going? Like, what steps do you put in place with your partner to ensure that lines are not crossed? I think we've pretty much answered that.
Yeah.
Communicating and talking about things and not respect, not pushing the boundaries and stuff like that.
Iteriba. Respect. Yeah.
Last but not the least question. Drum roll.
Go on.
Right. In terms of our spiritual life, how do we deal with prayer, fasting, and temptation?
Okay.
First thing first, prayer. Every night we pray together. If I'm not at work or finishing late or whatever, or if I fall in asleep or anything, but most nights we pray together. We make sure that happens. Fasting, we fast as the Spirit direct. I think the last time we fasted was last month. So there hasn't. We don't just fast
for the sake of fasting. Yeah.
You know,
like fam, I'm someone that even if the church has said we are doing a fast, if I'm not directed to do it,
yeah,
it's unlikely that I'll do it. Or if I don't believe in it, it's unlikely that
there's stuff people call that corporate fast and that, but fam, that's you, innit?
Yeah,
you want to do it.
Because there was a time where there was a fast going on in the church I attend here.
Yeah.
I had already been fasting prior to that. And it crossed over to the beginning of their fast. Yeah. So in the first few days that they were fasting, I was already fasting. Yeah. But I already ended my fast when I needed to end it, especially because of my body and because of I know I know myself essentially, and I like looking after myself as well. And then someone tried to question, why are you not fasting? You know, fam, allow it. I'm not a baby Christian. I'm not like, I know it's not even about that. Like go and pattern yourself. Leave me alone, please. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think with fasting it's interesting because, again, I think it's as you are led into it. Yeah. Obviously, with us, we fast individually, we fast together for whatever reason or whatever it is, we will obviously fast. Obviously scripture says some certain things can only be overcome with prayer and fasting. If there is something we're going through and we believe at this point in time we need to pray and fast to be able to overcome it, then so be it. But yeah, I think the last one was temptation. We've already technically touched on temptation and stuff like that, but yeah, other than that, do we have any questions for ourselves?
How are you?
Very well, thank you. What about you?
Fantastic. I'm pretty good.
No?
Thanks, bud.
Oh shit, what do you mean? I look after her, innit?
We look after each other.
Oh, baby, that's funny. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us today. Make sure you like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
Jeez. See you later.